Hi everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading will be for one of my awesome subscribers, Jewel. Hi Jewel. She has concerns, as do I'm sure all of you as well, and I definitely have about Texas and the safety of the utility grid. And so I'm going to read on that and try to focus on just the utility companies that are in, danger, like the one that left all those people, my goodness, without heat in a crazy, awful storm. So I want to look at that and look at the future of like that, at least that utility company and any other one that may be under some floppy type of, well, I guess I would say lack of regulation, and also look at the future of regulation in Texas. Okay, let me get the camera dropped down and I'll get started. Okay, so I'm starting off with maybe Lenormand by Ryan Edward, which is, combo of Lenormand and Gypsy, but I also have my other, another Lenormand deck that is extended as well, Tiro Marchetti's, and then Tiro Marchetti's Kipper, so I may use those, but let's see. I'm going to have the camera up a little bit high, so I'm going to do 3 rows of 7 and see what is the future of the Texas utility companies and the regulations in place now and in the future. So of course I have the intention set to be like past, present, future when I get the rows done. And I'm assigning Governor Abbott as being the man, because he's, he's responsible for trying to defund, or if he hasn't already defunded regulations. And I'm also looking for, regulations, the best I can find them with this system, but I think I'll be able to find them better with Kipper. So I may pop to that deck pretty soon, but let's see first. So anyway, Greg Abbott, Governor Abbott, I think it's Greg, I don't know, whatever. Governor Abbott will be the man if he comes through, and if the woman comes through, I'm going to assign that card to any supportive energy for, support for Texas. That might, like someone that might work against him, whether it's a man or woman, I don't care. I'm just going to look at the feminine card as being, the woman card as being support for Texas, not for Abbott. Like maybe there's some woman at some point that'll help Texas turn blue. Wouldn't that be nice? So anyway, okay, focusing into the state of Texas and especially the electrical grid or any of the other, the electric grid failure was absolutely awful. But any utility companies that can support or show the lack of support. Let's just look at the truth as to the electrical and the utility companies. Okay. So I'm going to draw 21 cards and then I'll get them laid out. think that's 21. Hope so. If not, I'll draw another card. Okay, so this way. Oh, goodness. All right. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Wow. Okay. There's Abbott. Gee, and look what's hanging over him. Oh, I'm going to have to move these up a little, I can tell. Okay. And the woman showed up, okay? She came through. Oh, and she has a commitment to give. Interesting. Some promise here. Okay, so here's our theme, but this would also show the present. Remember, past, present, future. So presently, the theme is there's an incredible amount of social media and interactions with the well, this could be networks that supply electricity. We've got the electricity card here. We have Abbott's card knighting to up to this garden park card, which, like I said, is networks, has to do with anything outdoors, but it also has to do with any connections and interactions. So imagine like if we were reading on solar energy. Where's the sun card? Let's see. It's 31. Here it is. If we had like these two cards together, just as a little lesson here, we could say that this could be like and then maybe if we had the tower, this could be like a solar array, you know, like something that supports the solar panels, and then this would be like what do they call the inverters? There's the inverters. And then if we had the coffin card over here, it would be like, you know, battery storage for the inverters. This would be like a whole solar panel type of a situation. So this card is all about the extremely important, with the key card here, the solution for something extremely keywords here: solution, connections, something that unlocks, creates an opening. It's a big yes card. So solutions for connections that help the public. The letter card here, to me, this reminds me of, because it's here close to this honor and success, this could be like a public utility commission because it's a big order. This could be regulations that come in. Okay, so let me just keep going here before I go too far. So presently, there is something really good that will support, I would say, new regulations domestically, but this also is the locomotion card here. It's also about commerce, you know, like the movement of goods, and the can be like the lifeblood of a public. It's the lifeblood, so they don't want anything like that cut off. They see the danger. Yeah, okay, so hold on, let me read these four corners here. So, because what I've done here is like I just created a little mini grand tableau, because I can make up my own rules. Anyway, with the mice, there's a minimization So these four corners here and the cards close to them will frame in the general statement. So this could be like the summary, but it can also be the opening of, some deeper meaning. So with the mice, we have to do with, mice minimize things, but they also can ruin things too, and they can destroy. They usually create loss, and they create a tremendous amount of stress. And the stress and the loss has been because people died. And that's dangerous. The scythe card here is all about danger. This is a painful loss here with the coffin. It's something that's very depressing, and it's, causes suffering. And the suffering happened because of the betrayal of Governor Abbott. He's right here. And here we have, this painful loss of electricity that caused even more loss. And look at all these cards around him. So he had something to do with it, because this is the past. We've got the past, present, future. In the past, he's guilty of these deaths. I don't know if that's out in the news yet, but whether or not it ever comes out, I trust the cards. I trust my guides to help me draw the right cards. This man is guilty. He's guilty of deaths, and he doesn't care. He has betrayed, but the betrayal hangs over him. So this will affect him in the future publicly. I don't think he's going to stay there long as far as it goes. I think because, remember, all of these cards at the top, they weigh down on these other cards. And so this is the strongest line here. So he has betrayal hanging over him. He has death hanging over him. He has a painful loss that will betray him. And we can see why, because of the electrical grid failure here. And because he's very selfish and he doesn't care. But that's going to be revealed. And people are watching him. This 9-card box around him tells everything. He is a sneaky little, just a creepy little fraud. He's a backstabbing scam artist, a con, and a manipulator, and a liar. And he's involved in this because Fox can be some type of a trap. He's involved in minimizing the electrical grid. I don't know why. Like there's some reason that they just didn't care. I guess they took the money away. Well, that's one of the problems with Texas is, and any other highly Republican state, any red state, they're red because they're Republican because they don't want regulation, because they think that it's more expensive to have all these regulations. And yeah, it is, but you have to think long term. You have to think long term. It's like having a city without a police department. What in the hell is going to go wrong there, huh? I mean, just imagine, right? It's like, what do we do? We're going to go back to the gold rush days and my goodness, it's ridiculous. But that's how these people think, and they're stupid. They don't care. But care is coming. So that's all the past there. It has been, so to go back to the four corners here, he's guilty. He's all mixed up in on it. The loss has been very painful and very dangerous. We've got the danger right here with the scythe. And the scythe also rules, sometimes people like skimming assets, skimming funds. Maybe there's a woman that will reveal that later on. That could be dangerous to Abbott, because remember, I assigned this card as to be anything that supports the state of Texas, the people of Texas, and not him. So there's a dangerous, decisive woman who will have the tools to, make the decision and to get things moving. And she will commit. The ring is all about promises and commitments and alliances. It's a big yes card as well. It's about partnerships and contracts. So there'll be a committed woman in the future who really has her heart and she, in it. And there's a heartfelt pact that she's going to be working with in a large group of other people. This could definitely be a part of a regulatory commission, because this metal card here, I think it's called metal, I forget. These are the extra cards. So I don't have them memorized, but I just remember learning a lot from when I did all those Trump readings. It can be a card of your honor and your reputation. It can also be a club. It can be a big order, most of all, is one of the key words I was remembering, is a big order. So this can be a legal order. So even though I don't have the Tower card here, which is the little, the Tower and the Lenormand is the regulatory type of commission, the clues are here. And this order card, written orders, regulations are here. And this card knights up here to this, the garden card, which is all about, the network and the connections. So we have the connections of a big regulatory order in the future. So it will shift. It's going to shift in the future. But currently, presently, we're still, the state of Texas, you're dealing with this very selfish man who is Governor Abbott, but he's being watched. He is being watched. So I don't think that that's going to go well for him. He's getting a lot of attention because he's so selfish. But he's also exposing all the darkness. And because, these two cards together show that there's a lot of people looking at him. I mean, I read directionally, a lot of people are really curious about what is this Viper doing? What is he doing? What traps is he setting? How is he enriching himself? And he's one of the key officials. But this key card it shows this is a really important, it's really important to look at him in the past and what he had to do with the electrical grid and the regulations. So that's going to be revealed, and it could be very surprising with the flowers here. And it's also, the 45 card came in, so it knights up here to Governor Abbott. There's connections there. There are connections there between Trump and his mental illness. This is an illness card. I'm seeing this on two levels at least right now. Governor Abbott has a connection to Trump and his wicked ways and his mental illness and his selfishness and everything that he has said and maybe will say in the future. But on another level, I could see this as being, people are watching because of all the, the deaths that happened, on a big scale. Like this card's at the bottom here, and it connects. If we go like this, there's my other chopstick here, and like this. Look at that connection there between people who were ill and maybe handicapped, like Governor Abbott himself, who either died or suffered greatly in a very dangerous condition because of Governor Abbott. So that's what will be, there's movement and change coming, even though I don't have the Storks card here, but there's decisions here. Let's see. Yeah, the selfish choices of the past. But there's going to be support in the future. Yeah, social support. I think he will be voted out, removed. Let's see. This illness card here, Knights up to the letter, which does have to do, like I said before, with with voting, but also regulations. So I think there's going to be decisions because they're at they're at a crossroads here. This crossroads card is all about making decisions that it's a turning point. It's like the time has come. Everybody's going to be talking about it. There needs to be this real need for regulations to protect. Also, this card could have to do with some gifts, because maybe a gift he's been trying to give to Donald Trump. I mean, I just, it's these two are tied together in a really sick way. This letter card, of course, documents, but then documents for the future. So legal regulations for the future are definitely going to be coming in. I can bet on that. I don't have a time frame here, but I also don't have the mountain card, which could show that it would take a really long time or be blocked. I see things moving quickly, honestly. This card moves really quickly. This card, and this is in the future, and this is in the top row. So it has a lot of power over this new regulation, new regulatory committee, possibly right here with this line, new regulatory committee that will make key decisions. And it knights this is decisive, and this is decisive here. These two cards knight to each other. So changes decisions because people care and because they don't want to be in danger anymore. My goodness. Yeah. And it looks to me like things could come quickly because with this card here, with this train card or locomotion, I forget what it's called, but it's about moving something quickly. It's all about domestic, public commerce. So this is it right here. This public commerce regulatory committee, and there may be a woman that heads it. And remember, I didn't assign it to any particular woman, but this is a supportive force that will be a deciding factor in the future. Now, on another level, this card can have to do with texts and emails, and because let's see, wait, does this card? No, it doesn't knight to Abbott. Nah, forget that. I'm just thinking like maybe, whoa, but wait. 2 down and 1 over. There could be some documents that lead to Trump, where he had something to do with this. I don't know. He's always got his hands in all kinds. He's got his little tiny baby hands in all kinds of little things all over the place. Any place he can make a buck. Any place he can make any money, make a buck, he'll go for it because that's who he is. Interesting. Okay, so I think I've exhausted my means with the Lenormand. So if you're satisfied, you don't have to watch any further, but just for fun and just for like a learning experience to look at the difference between Lenormand and Kipper, or maybe I'll even use this other Lenormand deck, but let's look and see what this Kipper deck has to teach us. Same question. Let's look at the future of the Texas utility companies. And we know there's no real regulations in place now, but let's look at the future. Let's look at the future. And if there's anything that the past wants to teach us, that's fine too. These cards are actually I think they're too big to do 3. Yeah, they are. I'll have to just do 2 rows, but that's okay. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the future as to... And again, if the main man comes through, it'll be Abbott. And then I'll talk you through the other cards, if any of the other people cards, because this deck has a lot of people cards in it. But let's look at it as more of glimpsing into the future, because I think we know already about the past. And okay, let's see how many I can fit here. Might be able to fit 7, 3. Yeah, I can fit 7. There's that supportive woman or force again. Okay. Hold on. Let me spread these out better. Okay. Get this line first, and then I can get the others. There we go. Okay. Wow. It's going to take time. Let's keep going. The future of the Texas utility companies, the electrical grids, and any other utility companies to support the people in Texas. Here's the rules and regulations. Absolutely. Okay. All right. So, excellent. So here's our theme here. It looks to me like there's been stealing. This would be Greg Abbott, or Governor Abbott, I think his name's Greg, creating a distraction away from all the other crap that he's done. I think the community of Texas, this would be the people of the state of Texas, see it. They have more power than him. I'm getting this is about him. It's also about people who work for the state of Texas, or people, hard workers in the state of Texas. I love that these cards up here are showing me that there's much more power over the thief, the scam artist. This thief card it's the fraud card. It has to do with things being stolen or just some type of a deficiency of the electrical grid. Now this card here, wait, hold on, don't get ahead of myself. Okay, so the supportive woman or supportive feminine, supportive caring people and wealthy people, these two forces, they have power over this. And they care about factories working and commerce working. So there will be regulations so that these people, so everybody can work, because when that happened, when the grid failed, it wasn't just that people died in their homes and people, suffered greatly in their homes. Also, all commerce stopped. That's why we had that little, let me see, remember the little locomotion card? Do I still have it close by? Oh, come on. There you go. Commerce. 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 Here. So all of that is weighing down on Abbott and any of these other people who just stole, And what's happening here is they're being watched. This is the same as, remember the eye card that was in here, which, here, it's on the back of the card. It's on the back of the deck. It's on the back of every card. So they're watching. This card is also about investigations. And that's the journey that they're on. There's a journey for these people that have been, that are being watched and have been guilty of receiving gifts. And people are thinking about that. People are thinking about, all we do is work, but we're wondering, are we protected? What's going on? And they want to watch. They want their eyes, they want people to be watched for their grifting. Now, the adjudication card hanging over this investigation, I don't know what the right word is, but I'm hearing investigatory, but I don't think that's a word because that's just the way my weird brain works. Anyway, the adjudication card in Kipper is, it's all about, it's another investigation card. Both of these cards are investigation type. This one is about actually being surveilled, like being watched under surveillance, but it can take time, something that goes on for at least, I think the timing is like 3 to 5 months or something. But this card here, this is like a judge. It can be a judge, it can be an investigator, it can be someone who decides for the people. Even though we've got the pathway card, this is usually 2 years at the most. But all these cards are hanging down over this, the thieving scam artist of Governor Abbott. This card has to do with disputes, and this hangs over Governor Abbott. Disputes over anybody who's being investigated and watched. And this card is all about making a demand against these people. So that's what's in the works against Abbott. Now, remember, I was wanting to just find out what the future is. Well, the future is that there will definitely be, this is the card of regulations. Definitely be regulations put in place by supportive, wise people, and it will be legal. This would be the regulation, this would be making it legal, enforcing the regulation. Rules and regulations, enforcement. A judicial process sometimes, this card is also about like getting free from any, long time issue. And there's going to be, the privileged lady is, I'm going to read that as just more support. Both of these people are wealthy, or both of these cards are about wealth and support. This one's more creative, usually about new things. So we're talking new regulations, and getting the voice out and making things happen. And then we have the wise woman that's like, yeah, that's what needs to happen, and I will back you. We will back you because we want this to go away. And, who knows? Maybe they're not perfectly, maybe they're not perfect, but at the least they own and have interests in commerce. So yeah. Okay, so with Kipper we get the same message. That's good to see. Good to see, good to see. Just for fun, let's see. Well, I think we'll probably get the same answer, but just for fun, let's see if we can get anything different with this Lenormand deck. And at the least, this will be one of these fun little exercises of looking at the difference of the different cards in the deck. Because these three systems, actually, I'm sorry, yeah, three systems, yeah. They all have different cards, and that's the challenge when you're reading, is knowing which deck to choose to answer the question. So you have to know your decks well. Oh, that's really weird. What the heck was that? Oh, it's my tablet over there going dead. Okay. I forgot I have my tablet over on my desk. Okay, so anyway, let's just use this Gilded Reverie Expanded Edition, Lenormand, and see, let's see what we get. Same question. Well, you know what else? It could also add in, excuse me, how about let's look at, will Texas turn blue? Let's bring that in there. And if so, like, will it take a long time? Let's look at the future of the, we know for sure that we're going to have, Texas will have new regulations, a new regulatory commission of some type to protect against grid failures and mechanical failures. We know that that's going to happen. But let's get more clues about that, and then Texas turning blue. Texas turning blue. And if the man comes through, it'll be, do I want Greg Abbott in there anymore? Yeah, let's leave the man. If the man comes through, it'll be Gregory Abbott or Governor Abbott. And, excuse me, if a woman comes through, maybe it'll be somebody that is running. Excuse me, I need water. Okay. 1, 2, so we're dealing with 14 cards. Okay. Okay, so new opportunities for flow and prosperity. I like that blue color there. Looking more deeply at something. Boy, do I have a frog in my throat. 4, 5. These cards are a little... I thought they have to be the same size. They're a little bigger, but they're not. Okay. Oh, I'm actually glad using this deck now, and I'll tell you why. Look at all the blue, 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 blue. There's more blue. Ooh. Yay! Okay. There's a bridge. There's a bridge here between, there's a connection between looking at something more deeply. There's a lot of blue here. This is more purple, but there's blue water, blue moon, navigation. The ship is definitely a blue card, no matter whether you have a deck that has the blue color in it or not. These cards are water. This is a lot of water. Okay. Connections. There's going to be a lot more looking deeply and diving into the details of the connections. Maybe this would have to do with the electrical grids as well. I'm gonna read this card differently, I think, than I usually do. This card is usually about things just going around and around, and it takes a long time. But now I see it as a connection that keeps things in a circular flow, because the fish card is about flow, and it knights down here to this circular flow of this is one of those perfect examples of why you always have to focus on the context of the question. This, to me, is talking about the flow of the connection of the electrical grids. And because this card is all about navigation, that's the same thing as like direction. So in the future for Texas, I would say yes, it will turn blue. But it could take some time. There could be lots of going around and around and around if we're looking at it on that level. When it comes to the electrical grids, things will get flowing more freely. There will be peace. Because peace, and this card is also long term. The lilies has to do with, well, it depends on the cards nearby. If there's somebody who's kind of masky and older, they will be discovered, and their karma will get them out of there. If there's somebody that's masky with a big ego. This is the Sun card. Sometimes this can be a big ego, overblown ego, unhealthy that way. And if that's the case, there's a karmic situation there where they could not do so well. But there's loyal connections for the people of the state of Texas, is what I'm getting. There's an opportunity, definitely new opportunity. This is about, good opportunities for the flow. But there is a burden. It is the cross to bear for the people of the state of Texas to take self-responsibility for protecting the honor of the state of Texas in a way that gets things moving. This again is travel, commerce. The ship is all about things that can, move, move goods and services. It can be the import-export card. It is a card of change. So there will be the opportunity, at least two opportunities. So this would probably be people running, for governor in the future. Opportunities for good change. But you guys are going to have to fight. The people of the state of Texas, you're going to have to take it upon your shoulders to have a very strong spine. Shoulders, spine, to protect your honor, to be creative in ways that creates a bridge of peace so that you can navigate together and create health for the state of Texas. Peace and health for the state of Texas. So the best way to do that is create peace and health within. And then still, you're going to have to take self-responsibility. You're going to be under the burden of making sure it doesn't happen again, and electing people who are clean. Now, there will be somebody that's kind of masky, I think. Can't think of another. Well, when I look at just the image here, I see it as kind of like a fun house and kind of like a circus fun house kind of a thing. So this could have to do with navigating away from this type of karma, navigating away from that type of an individual who's masky is going to be what helps. So there's going to be somebody in the future running. I see lots of blue, but there's going to be somebody that's going to be like masky and hiding their true intentions or true essence, and it can have some people going around and around wondering. Oh, the key will be I think one of the key things would be to follow the money and check them out really well to see if they're clean financially. But as far as the question of will Texas eventually turn blue, this is yes card, and we have the blue cards I was talking about, and we have the peaceful card. The tree card often does take quite some time, but excuse me, it's all about investing in success and investing in peace, investing in loyalty. Navigate towards that, and that'll clear out any maskiness and any problems. Yeah, so I don't know when Governor Abbott's term is up, but people need to switch to the Democratic Party in Texas, need to switch to the Democratic Party and vote these Republicans out because they're all sticking together and they're all dirty. Of course we need some Republicans in there, but, I should never say all. They're all dirty. It's stuck in duality. They're not all dirty. You got to find the clean Republicans and keep them in there. But they need to be more, well, that might be what this is about, to watch for the dirty Republicans, the ones that are going to mask themselves as being helpful, and weed them out, clear that karma out, reveal who they are, and create that change. Let me see if I can get more of like a timing. With the Kipper, we did have that long ways, that 35 card, which is about, pathway, taking a long time. Let me see if I can get clear here about timing. Somebody's going to be tricky. Yeah, because of their powerful presence, but that's a blue. There's more blue there in that card. Oh, this is Abbott. Abbott's going to be really tricky trying to stay in or trying to support somebody else that would be as bad as him. Somebody with connections to Abbott. That's what this is about. Let's see, timing though. I'm still not getting anything with timing. I don't think it's going to take a long time. So I think it's very, very possible, you guys, that at your next election, is that 22? I don't know. You're going to have to tell me, is it 2022 or 2024 to get rid of Abbott? This card moves fast and it brings good news. But it's going to be you guys that do it, to vote him out, of course. And the rest of us, we're going to help to weed out the dirty ones, the dirty Republicans. So not to worry, but it is going to be on us. It's going to be work that we have to take responsibility for to get rid of these little criminals. So, okay, well, that's it. This has been a really long reading. If you stuck with me in the end, give me a high five and I will love you forever. Okay, thanks you guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Take good care.